Everybody's supposed to go and teach somebody. I mean, we're not being rhetorical, we're being real. Even if it is your classmate. Even if Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, he taught the Quran to how many of the Sahaba? Ubay ibn Ka'b taught the Quran to Ibn Abbas. And he learned it from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And still Ibn Abbas went and learned it from Umar ibn Khattab, who learned it from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So even these were Sahaba, they were learning the Quran from each other. And then they went to Zayd ibn Harith to learn Quran. I'm talking about Sahaba. So you can learn from each other's, classmates. It's no big deal. It's even better. It'll strengthen your understanding. But you're not to learn and not teach. Okay? Because teaching is one of those things, like any other sadaqah, the more you give away, the more you get. The more you teach, the more you learn. The more you know your science. So I'm giving you these papers because I want you guys to memorize these things, to write your notes on these things, and then to use these as outlines to teach the next person. Okay? Pass it on. That's what these papers are for. It's an outline so that we can all be on the same sheet of proverbial music. Okay? So now, I don't have to write anything actually. We have it in the thing. Someone recite to me how was. King Hawaz. Hurts a hurdle that we see with Heather. Come on, I don't have the paper with me. You guys have it. Starts to swell. Go to wow. I'm going to recite this before we put it on the board, so at least you're familiar with it. Wow. Wow, the makhruj can be found. Come on, I hate hesitation. Come on, we're not dull people, are we? You can read in English. Go get that. Go to the next one. Zay. Zayun. Zayun is the seventh sign, a mystery that rocks the mind. Safirun Samtun. Zayun's from as inside us they buzz away. Right after end, or right at the end, right? Okay, now let's put it on the board and let's go over it so we can explain it piece by piece. And we're going to throw it up there and we're going to come back down. What you will note, there are a few things that you note in each one of these classes. I'm sorry. The first one is what? What are we doing? It says what? With Basmala and Alhamdulillah, the blessings on the Prophet, I'll have my say with you today concerning descriptions. We're going to find a description of the word, right? A description of the letter, right? Descriptions of the numerals, the points of articulation, which is tajweed, right? And the makhraj, right? And what did I say also that you're going to find in here? Some words. You're going to find some words in English that are very similar to or exactly with the same makhraj and sifat description as the Arabic words, and this is going to yu'inuna. This is going to help us to learn how to properly articulate these letters, these sounds in the Arabic language. Okay? And this is nothing that we should just fluff off, because remember, one of the biggest things that's been holding this Western ummah down is the lack of true, take your hands out your mouth, of true scholardom. Okay? Excellence in their study habits. And so that we can learn. And the first thing you have to start off is with the alphabet. And once we get that, then we can go on to the next step and the next step. And then it starts to snowball down a mountain. And you know, you roll a rock down a hill in a mountain and it's snow, it's going to become a big old avalanche. Everything starts to click. Because Islam, there's no schizophrenia. There's no schizophrenia. There's no schizophrenia in Islam. All of it connects. All right, so let's look for those things in the poem. Throw the poem on the board, please. لا اجلس مستقيم. أيوة شكرا. It says King Hawaz. How many kings were there? 6 kings. 6 kings. Anybody who wants to find out, just looking at it today, you know, Astaghfirullah. Sheikh Muqbil rahimahullah, he wrote the taqreed, he wrote the introduction to one of his students' books, who wrote a book about these 6 kings and the other 2 and how the alphabet came about. Everybody knows Sheikh Muqbil was a very famous sheikh in Yemen, very meticulous, rahimahullah, astaghfirullah al-azim, rahimahullah, for his meticulous in extracting the weak hadith from the true hadith. Okay? And so the fact that he wrote the introduction to the book from which we get a lot of this information is very vital for people to understand. Okay? Now, King Hawaz was one of the kings. All right? From his name, we have 3 letters. What are the 3 letters that we get from his name? Just looking at his name. What are the 3 letters that we get? Ha, ha, wa, and zay. Ha, wow, and zay. Now, ha is an interesting letter that we must take pure note at. Meticulous note at. Because in English, there is only one H sound. If we want to correlate this to an English letter, it would correlate to the letter H. Everybody know H? H in Spanish, right? So, H in English, there is only one symbol or grapheme that denotes the H letter. However, just like Arabic, English has 2 H sounds. Doesn't it? We have the sound when you say jalapeno. Even though it's written with a J, it's an H sound. And it's a hard H sound. Then we have hot. We have hat. We have happy. That is a hard H sound. And then we have heavy, health, ho, 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 and hurt, and hurdle, and heart. And this is a soft H sound that is directly the exact same sound that is denoted by this letter, ha, in Arabic. Okay? I'm sorry. Now, this is directly related to this ha that we're referring to right here. Okay? This is the soft. Everybody say heavy. Heavy. You feel hurry? Now, if you sit up straight and you say heavy, heavy, you'll feel the ha coming up. If you say health, you feel it coming from yourself. Say hurt. And you say heart. Now everybody say hot. You see it comes from your back, the upper part of your throat, right? The back of your throat, right here. Whereas the hair, everybody say hair, it comes from deeper. Okay, it's coming from inside your throat. You have your esophagus, this whole place right here, and then you have your mouth. Okay, at the top of your mouth, in the back, right here, say ha. Say ha. Say Rahim. That's the ha that we're not talking about. Now everybody say ha. Ha. It's in here. Say health. Heavy. Hurt. Hurdle. Just say it normally. And that's the ha that we're referring to. Everybody with me? So now, what is written here, the H that you notice here are the H in English that correspond and directly relate to the ha of Arabic. So these words are here so you can practice saying the words that you already recognize, sounds that you already know, but now recognize that this is the ha sound that we're referring to when we say ha. Is everybody with me? Okay, so it starts off and says, hurts or hurdle that we see with ha, the 5th in history. What does it mean when he say that? He says ha, the 5th in history. What does that mean? Ha is, the numeric value of ha is what? 5. That's the first thing that we know. The whole rest of the line is just, it's true, it's not a lie. Hurt is a hurdle that we have to deal with, that we have to see. And with ha, as we deal and look back in our history, someone's always been hurt. But the real point with this is that hurt, hurdle, and history all sound just like and use that sound ha. That's the point. Everybody with me? No. Okay, anybody have a question about that? Anybody disagree? Sir, yes, sir. What hurdle is? Hurdle. Hurdle, alhamdulillah. Hurdle is when those guys, what's that guy's name? The black guy was skinny jumping over the thing. Jesse Owens. Okay? Jazakallah khair. Huh? Anyway, you know, they run the race and they jump over the thing, and those things that they jump over on the track are called hurdles.